What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 40 of the Underground Pub Show here on the Pippy K Multiverse Network. My name is Schreiber, here with Bobo.
Hello.
And not CJ, who is not on the show tonight. He received a huge opportunity earlier today. Is The Mummy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's getting to see The Mummy again for the how manyth time?
The eighth time.
The eighth time. So, I mean, we understand priorities, right? You know?
All right. I don't on my phone. Yes. He's going to get sent. I just share it, like all the freaking share groups I got to share it in.
Gotcha.
But yeah. He went to go see The Mummy.
And he's even watching right now. Like, aren't you supposed to be in a movie theater right now, CJ? Like, how does that work?
Who knows? It's CJ. God only knows what's going on there with what. I've already talked more in this episode than I had in the last 5 episodes, though. I know that.
This is true.
So there's that.
Well, that's exciting. I hope The Mummy's great. I've heard
shit.
I've heard great things. Yeah.
You have?
No, I've heard horrible things.
It's true shit. Brandon Fraser's even talking shit about it.
And that's bad when
Don't
he's...
break. What he said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what he posted.
I mean, granted, I wouldn't go as far as saying, those Mummy movies were any, bit of cinematic brilliance.
They were great for what they were.
At least that first one was.
That genre, that early 2000 adventure comedy shit that was going on everywhere. They were at the top of that. That's why they had 4 movies and a spinoff.
Yeah, the Scorpion King with The Rock.
Bringing in some money for a while.
Yeah.
The Rock actually does the people's fucking eyebrow in that movie too. It's beautiful.
He does do the people's eyebrow.
Was that his his first major feature, I think, right?
And he's turned into quite an actor, actually. He's pretty good
Yeah,
now, I think.
yeah, he's good now. Yeah, he's
Has
really
a
good.
tendency to play gay guys. Has anybody noticed that?
No, I haven't
I've
noticed
only
that.
seen the
but-
one.
Well, maybe it was just Be Cool, but...
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen.
Okay, well, it just seems like he is in all of them then.
I saw that movie that he was in a few years ago, San Andreas or whatever, and what was so funny, it was a movie about basically all these natural disasters happening kind of in one area, and
There was a lot of those movies at one time too.
very true.
Oh yeah, that's what they do. It's Hollywood's a copycat industry. But go ahead.
But The Rock in that movie, or Dwayne Johnson, I guess I should say, he played this guy that was part of a search and rescue team or whatever, and he was recently divorced, but midway through the movie, I don't know why or how this guy ever got divorced. This dude is saving people off of buildings that are crumbling right before him, driving boats up, tidal waves, doing basically every manly thing you could possibly think of doing. And somehow homegirl divorced him, and even in the midst of all of it, got into an argument with him after after he had saved her life or whatever. I'm just and in the midst of all this, The Rock is coming back unscratched, skydiving off of buildings with a freaking broom as his way of getting down or whatever. Just all these crazy things. I'm just sitting there watching it this is too much. It was so much action and so much manliness all coming from one guy. It was a little ridiculous.
Speaking of movie divorces, Bruce Willis's characters have to be the worst husband in the history of movies.
Yeah, they always make him out to be a dick.
He's either getting cheated on in the midst of a divorce, been divorced for years, or trying to get back after divorce and then gets re-divorced again in every movie he's in.
Yeah, the Die Hard series.
Always,
yeah.
The one,
Fifth
the
Element.
Last Boy Scout.
He was coming off a divorce in Unbreakable, wasn't he?
Yeah,
It's been a while
think
since
so.
I've seen that,
Yeah,
but
everyone's. I would assume. I feel safe in saying yes.
and in The Sixth Sense, he was just dead. Well, spoiler, but
Surely, she was no longer around.
yeah,
She was not in the picture.
Yeah, exactly.
But they made it play as if before you knew he was dead that they were having marital problems. That's what they
Yeah.
were trying to
Yeah.
lead you to believe, right?
Yeah, marital problems so bad that she completely wasn't speaking to him and somehow didn't catch on to that. But I mean that's a CJ moment right there. The girl's not talking to you. This is fine. This is fine. We're going days, weeks, months without even speaking to each other, but this is fine. That wasn't a bad. I mean, M. Night Shyamalan movies are so weird that that one I guess was one of the all right ones, I guess.
I think some of his movies some of the ones that are really shit are probably gonna be better in another 20 or 30 years.
like Lady in the Water in the Village. those were pretty shit.
The Village was really fucking dumb, but I don't know. I mean,
The ending
I
was
liked it.
The ending drove me nuts because I felt like I had just been lied to for a couple hours.
That was the point. All of those people were being lied to by the elders. That
I
was
mean,
the point.
I get it, but to me, it was
It's
just kind of
amazing
like,
that
People
yeah.
were dying from fucking simple infections and shit because of their unwillingness to accept society.
yeah. I mean, I just didn't really care for the movie all that much. Like
It wasn't as bad as the fucking swimming pool one. That one was absolute trash.
the swimming pool one.
The one in the apartment complex, and there's a pool. The lady comes out of the swimming pool.
Was that the lady
The
in
one
the
guy's
water?
a huge hand because he works out one hand all the time.
Was that lady in the water?
I guess. I don't know. It's fucking stupid.
I can't
I don't
remember.
remember the name of it. It was trash.
I remember-
remember that trash movie by M. Night Shyamalan with the fucking swimming pool with the lady inside of it.
I remember
Probably
The Happening.
lady in the water, I guess.
Yeah, that probably was
She
it.
comes out of the swimming pool. The blonde
I-
lady. That's like an alien or something. I don't know
I,
what's
can't-
happening.
I think that was Lady in the Water.
It's no
Well,
stupid.
if anybody
I
out
watched
there
it
knows what
once.
movie he's talking about, you can call the hotlines 850-907-7686.
I promise, I really was actually just about to get there, Kenny. You just beat me to it.
I think it's funny how he has movies come out now, but it doesn't mention his name like he used to. An M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, right.
Now it's like a movie. And it's like, oh, M. Night, you'll see credits. Oh, M. Night Shyamalan directed. It's like, it doesn't think to yourself, do I leave? I already paid money, I already bought popcorn. Fuck it. I saw a movie not too long ago.
Was it a split?
It wasn't Split. It was before that. But when I watched it, it literally said M. Night Shyamalan. I'm like, the fuck? And then like who was with me started laughing because they realized I didn't know who the fuck was directing until I finally saw it right in the movie theater.
Oh, I wonder what that was.
This one was the last ones. I can't remember who exactly it was. The signal is not that great. Not sure if it's on her end or not. Vanessa
Yeah.
Parker is saying so.
Yeah, I just saw that myself. I don't see anybody else saying it, so I don't know.
We haven't dropped a single frame, man.
No one
so-
else is talking.
Yeah,
so-
well, Vanessa, I hope that's my cousin, by the way. I hope everything pans out better on whatever you're watching the show on. Yeah, I didn't really know what kind of hand motion, so I used a boob fondling motion for some reason. I don't know why. You remember that movie that M. Night did, The Happening? That was kind of interesting.
the
I
one with the
thought.
fucking birds.
No, well, yeah, I mean there were
Well,
birds
that,
in
that
it.
was another Bruce Willis movie, right?
No, it was
That was the
Marky
that's the-
Mark.
Yeah, the Bruce Willis.
No. It was
Mark
Nicolas
Wahlberg.
Cage.
Or Mark Wahlberg, yeah.
Wasn't it?
No, it was Mark Wahlberg,
I
bro.
don't think Nicolas Cage is in anything with M. Night Shyamalan.
What is the movie where Nick Cage and he has a son? He's like a professor, and it's like almost the end of the world, and you find out like his kid and this other lady's kids are like being saved by the aliens to repopulate
Oh
humanity.
God, what was that
Was it
called?
called The
That's
Happening?
No, the Happening was
Maybe
about
that was The Awakening or
the,
something.
yeah, that
That's
was
the
the
one Nicolas
Awakening.
Cage
Yeah.
has the meme where his hair is like a bird. and
Yeah.
he's from that movie.
The Happening is the one where like everyone just keeps killing
Oh,
themselves.
the bees. Is that the Wicker Man?
Oh,
You guys
God,
seen
that movie.
That
The
movie
Wicker
is,
Man.
That movie is so bad. I watch it often
The
for
original?
its badness.
The original
original's
one was
good.
the original one was bad, but the Nick
You're
Cage,
talking about the Nick
Cage
Cage
one?
remake.
the bees scene was the best one. He's
That's
like
what
bees.
God, it was so horrible. It was
bees!
amazing. It was a legendary movie. I watch it often.
Yeah, I even think I
find
saw it in theaters.
fantastic.
We should do a list of like the all-time cheesiest movie lines.
No, we'll
Could
definitely
we
need we'll
watch a
definitely
movie?
need CJ
Could
for
we
that
set
one.
up a movie and watch it.
Like what?
Like-
live while we're
Kind of like
streaming
Mystery
it?
Science
Could-
3000
first
kind
off,
of thing.
Could we
like-
have it minimized on the screen for that they can see what we're watching?
Not if it's a copyrighted film. No.
Okay, but we could have one playing in here and laugh at it as it's being played, and have the audience maybe like, hey, if
You know, here's
Kind
the
of
thing.
assume what's
I think,
going
I
on.
think even if you guys are doing some sort of what's that phrase when you're just coming off the top of the dome at comedy? It's
ad-libbing critique.
no
Commentary?
no, but it's whatever. It's like ranting sort of type
Yeah.
thing. Whatever the word is, it's what they call it. like-
Critiquing?
like what Science Mystery
Science
Theater,
3000,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, those guys. Anyway, I think by law you can do that because you're doing like a parody or you're
Yeah.
discussing it in some sort of a way.
If the movie's so
But
many
the
years old
problem
too, you
is-
can get
the
away with
problem
it.
is YouTube uses algorithms to gather that information, and they don't give a shit how you're using it. The fact that you're
If
using
they
it.
hear the sound, they're probably gonna freak out.
Exactly. So if there's too much of that movie played, they're gonna pick it up somewhere.
but we find some really bad early '80s, late '70s shit movies.
Right, which is what the Science Mystery
Yeah,
whatever
that-
does,
that's- they-
right?
yeah, they always-
I have a library of movies to watch from that genre.
It's called rifting, by the way. Riffing.
Yeah,
Riffing?
if you, I mean, yeah, like he was saying, I mean, God, if you just pick any horror movie that was made before like 1960, like, and I mean,
Yeah,
there's
or just
content,
bad
like-
action flick.
or yeah,
Just
or
horrible
yeah,
action movies.
some of the old
Samurai Cop.
Samurai Cop.
Check that out.
I've actually seen bits and pieces of that shit
It's
before.
a fucking tirade of shit.
How about Kindergarten Cop, but with Dolph Lundgren?
But with Dolph Lundgren,
I actually watched it. I liked it. Believe it or
God.
not.
I didn't know that existed.
It is. It's on Netflix, and I think it went straight to there.
Isn't that like the guys from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia's like favorite actor, Dolph Lundgren? Like,
I don't know. That's like the original Punisher, the very first Punisher movie ever made. He was the one that played him.
yeah, fair enough.
He's been in the washed out action star movie, The Expendables. He was in
He was in that,
he was
wasn't
in
he?
all three of those.
He was in that. Jesus, I almost forgot. God, they made 3 of those. I think I only saw 2 of the first 2.
You know,
I know
all
I
run
definitely saw the
together. I
first
might have
one.
only watched 2. I really don't know for sure now.
I know. I remember.
If it makes movie, they'll just keep that makes movie makes money. They'll just keep making it until it doesn't.
We've seen. I mean,
However
God,
long
look,
that
they've made 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I mean, those things.
Oh,
are-
that franchise is a fucking nightmare now, but it's
I-
still does it still make you liked it, didn't
Oh
you?
yeah, the last one I actually really liked. I liked it a lot better than. I mean, that 4th one was pretty bad, but the first 3 I kind of enjoyed.
The
Like
third one I thought was lame.
it had its
I
moments,
thought they
but I
lost
mean,
their magic on the third one.
it had its moments, but it wasn't nearly as good as the first 2. But the 5th one, the reason I liked it was because it kind of brought everything together a little bit. There was actually pretty decent storytelling in it, I thought.
There
Like-
really shouldn't be that much movies the same movie though.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Really shouldn't.
I agree with you.
There's some great ones out there, but even after 4 or 5, it just starts getting ridiculous.
Look at
Unless you're Fast and Furious, and even so, not everyone likes those. But
Yeah, I
they make
haven't-
money. I don't know how.
Yeah.
What was the one that didn't have any
Transformers.
famous people, like except for the rapper, and it started like this redneck kid?
Part 2, Tokyo Drift.
Jesus Christ.
That's actually my favorite
I didn't watch it.
of the Fast and Furious
That makes
movies.
no sense
It's my
whatsoever.
favorite. It's my favorite. They drift cars uphill. I mean, what can I say? It's fantastic.
I only saw. I'm one of the few people that I know can say this. I only saw the first one. I've never seen a single one since then. And same with Transformers. I saw the first one. That was it for me. Like I think
Transformers franchise is shit.
yeah, it looks. I
God,
mean,
I can't watch them. It's horrible. Just horrible. This bad, horrible bad.
horrible bad.
Explosions, shit script. It's like, oh god, it's everything that's wrong in a movie.
I've,
In a
no-
franchise of movies.
I've noticed this new one is like supposedly like there's like some society that's known about this
Doesn't-
for like ever all of a
Doesn't-
sudden out of
yeah, it just-
nowhere.
there's-
Like
they have to delve into stupidity in order to like explain how a cartoon can become a fucking 6-page movie franchise. I love the the cartoon and the toys. And the first one came out, I was so excited. And after I watched, I was like, I will never watch another one again. Then I watched the second one. I was like, there's black robots with gold teeth that can't swim. I am never watching this again. And I haven't watched one since.
Yeah.
I'm
I
surprised
was done after
some
the first one.
of the rival studios didn't try to cash in on GoBots, the movie. That would have been pretty funny.
yeah, I could see
Probably
that.
not a
like-
really large market share. Or
There's never been a
For that.
Voltron movie either, has
there
there?
is on
Is there?
Netflix though. Netflix took care
Actual
of that.
live action?
Jim,
No, but they own the franchise rights to any sort of U.S. type of thing as Netflix, but it's they have a CGI movie out. which is-
Because another movie that was cartooned, a movie that I thought was horrible, was G.I. Joe. It had nothing to do with the cartoon, like whatsoever.
Again, it's
I didn't even give that a
it's
chance.
a cartoon toy franchise. I don't know what they're expecting to get out of those movies, but apparently, if you're in China, you get a lot out of them, out of Transformers anyway. Fucking $1 billion.
Well, they love all that mech type shit anyway, though.
Yeah, but some shit they're weird though, man. Because sometimes like Star Wars can't fucking get over a hump over there. They'll force it there.
Didn't they? Wasn't there a Gundam movie made at one time that like made millions and almost billions of dollars in Asia, but didn't do shit here?
Oh, you talking about the robot one? The
Yeah,
one,
it's like they call
Pacific
like-
Rim.
Is that no? I thought they
no, I
actually
thought
made a
that actually,
Gundam movie.
I actually really like Pacific Rim. I thought that was a fun movie.
Supposed to be making another one allegedly. I
Yeah,
don't know,
it's actually in production right now, like along with Godzilla 2. But
yeah. I saw the Godzilla 2 shit today.
I'm excited about that. That's gonna be awesome. That's a.
Do you like what's going on with this?
So far, yes, I loved the last one.
Okay.
I really did.
Well, you're their target audience because you like this stuff. So
Well,
as long as you guys are happy with what you're getting.
I mean, did you not like the last Godzilla movie? Like, I thought it was pretty damn good.
I thought it was all right, but the pacing to me just seemed kind of weird.
I will
And
agree with you
killing
on that.
off- And killing off old dude at the beginning was just like, why'd you get me in the theater to see this guy die in 5 minutes? fuck off. And after that, I had a hard time getting back. I really had a hard time getting back into it after seeing him die so early in the movie.
That part didn't really matter much to me because I didn't watch Breaking Bad, but like, I know, fuck me, right? Like, I'm like one of the only people that never watched that show. I tried numerous times, but it's like Game of Thrones. I'm just so far behind that I just kind of gave up, I guess. But
I never watched it. I ended up just, well, I mean, I have. I ended up just binge watching it in like 3 weeks or something like that.
That's all you have to do.
But
Yeah.
it had a cool spin-off, the Better Call Saul or whatever.
yeah,
That's a really cool show.
I've heard that
too.
is a good show. But I mean, that dude dying didn't really matter much to me. I did like that movie a lot, though. However, I do agree with you on that. It was a slow movie. I mean, there's there's like a 10 or 15 minute long YouTube video out there that has every scene that Godzilla's actually in. The movie's like 2 hours long, so I mean you see like 15 minutes of Godzilla throughout the whole movie, you know? Supposedly that will not be the case.
I don't understand why they keep hiding the fucking monsters for. This isn't 1950. You can play. You have the effects.
Yeah.
We know what the movie's about. It's not a mystery. We know it's about. Why do they keep hiding the fucking monsters all the time?
Yeah, I was.
I understand why it takes like an hour in the movie for you to see the monster. Like, why?
They built up the story of those other things that Godzilla faced more than they did Godzilla. Like,
Yeah.
actually,
There's
I-
no
do
need
they
anymore.
do
We're
the-
here to see it. Just show the motherfucker.
Yeah.
They
Have
do
him
the
his thing.
cheesy effect that I think became first known on Jurassic Park movies, where for the first like half of the movie you see trees shaking in the background and you hear the ground rumbling, but you never actually see what it is you're supposed to see.
Well, at least
not
like,
really.
That's the part that threw a lot of dinosaurs at you when they first got there. They were showing dinosaurs left and right.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of mystery. I mean, your T-Rex, no, those guys are kind of hidden for a little bit, but they're throwing some animals and dinosaurs and shit out there for you to look at. And
Like the first real scene,
wowed by.
the first real scene you see of Godzilla in that movie was, I think, his foot.
yeah.
No. I'm sorry. It was when he was coming out of the ocean in Hawaii. You just see his back coming out, and then it
I don't
changes
know why
scenes
the
or whatever.
mystery,
like-
it has to be so much mystery behind
Yeah.
it. Just fucking show the goddamn motherfucker. Let's see what he does.
And King Kong, you know, I mean, like they kind of went right to him on that one, you know, like once
yeah,
they got to
did
that
move on
island.
to him pretty quickly.
Yeah,
But like they always fuck up monster movies by adding people. They don't even have all these people in them, man. Just have the monsters.
and just random
Yeah, I mean,
random
you-
cities getting
you can
destroyed in
have-
their path.
I would love to see one of them from the point of view of the monster.
Yeah.
The guy that's on the movie that I'm there to see. Let me see what he does. Let me see
Godzilla
what he
through the
thinks
eyes of Godzilla.
And goes about and does his thing and what he's there for. What drives him? Why is he there? What does he want to do? What is he looking for? It's fucking called Godzilla, but the movie's about some guy that was in the army once and fires a gun all the time. I don't care about him no more. He's in every movie that's out there.
And he knew a thing or two about bombs.
He's
apparently,
in every
towards the
movie
end.
that's out there. That guy plays every movie. I want to see Godzilla. He's not in every movie. I'm gonna go see fucking Atomic Blonde. There's no Godzilla in that movie.
Yeah.
Godzilla's only in one movie.
Godzilla. Yeah,
But man that fights people with gun and jumps around and has action moves, he's in every fucking movie. Godzilla's not in every movie.
Speaking of disappointing movies, you know, it was Father's Day last weekend, and somehow my ass had to work a double on Father's Day, which, well, I'm not going to get into that. But either way, it wasn't a fun day. It wasn't a happy Father's Day for me. Which, by the way, Kenny, happy Father's Day. I never did get to tell you that.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anyway, and you don't have to thank me. It's okay.
I don't give two shits and a fuck about fake holidays, man. Honestly,
But no, but so anyway, my girlfriend, she kind of took me out for a little date night the day beforehand, and or the day before Father's Day, and we went to Applebee's and we went to the movies. And honestly, this is how bad the movie was that we saw. The highlight of that night was Applebee's. It was Applebee's, which is not. I mean, but I will say this about that though. Applebee's has a new barbecue brisket taco meal over there.
Okay,
and it is
sounds interesting.
It is so dope. I really liked it. Ate the whole thing. I was into it. But then her and I went and saw, and it was my choice, so don't blame her on it. It was. It was my choice. I went and saw a movie. We went and saw a movie called awkwardly called "It Comes at Night."
Yeah.
And god damn it, was it so bad. I was so disappointed. Me and you saw it when we were at the bar one night, that it had all these great reviews and stuff like that. But it was one of those.
But the thing is, the reviews for critics was higher than what people were saying.
Yeah.
Like really off, like 89 to 40 something.
I don't see how critics could like it. There was no like usually, you know, most relatively decent movies have a beginning, a middle, and an end. There was no beginning or end to this movie.
No arcs.
Yeah, it was.
No.
It's just like the movie starts and there's something going on, and there was something going on, and you know, apparently people are sick, and it's some kind of a post-apocalyptic area, and this family's living out in the middle of nowhere, and they come across another family, and they kind of work together, but they sort of don't trust each other, and then the movie just awkwardly ended. And like, I mean, it was only an hour and 37-minute movie. They could have explained more of what happened. Like, I just remember sitting there when the movie was over with my half-eaten bowl of popcorn, like, what? Like, so wait a minute. Like, I had so many questions that needed to be answered. So no, shit. I thought it was shit. I was really disappointed. I mean, granted, my options for movies that night weren't good. It was either that, The Mummy, or 47 Meters Down. And
It's not a good selection.
no, it's not. And I don't trust 47 Meters Down for two reasons. One, Mandy Moore is hard to trust. And two, it's a shark movie, and one, it's PG-13, and two, they just like every other fucking shark movie out there, they have to say, best shark movie since Jaws. And none of them ever come close to living up to that movie.
No, and that doesn't want to even bother to even say it anymore.
No, it's just... honestly, like, since Jaws, can you really think of a great shark movie?
That one with LL Cool J, that wasn't too.
Deep
I'm
Blue
about to
Sea?
say that. I'm about to say
Yeah,
that.
Deep
I
Blue
think you were
Sea?
going to say that
It
one.
didn't have much replay value, but it was an alright movie.
It was.
There's some gruesome
When
shark scenes.
But it
when
wasn't
Samuel
just
L.
a-
Jackson went down, that was hilarious.
It was a survival movie. It was pretty, and like, it was all right. I liked it when I watched it. I thought it was fair enough.
I liked
didn't
LL in that too, like that part where like he's freaking out, he's like panicking,
I will not be cooked in my own kitchen.
and then all of a sudden he starts making a cooking show video for his son. He's like, no, the trick to a good omelet is don't add. Some people add milk for consistency. This is a mistake.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty. I thought it was okay. It had some great quotes, and of course Samuel Jackson's famous death.
Yeah, like
One of the best deaths in cinema. So
he said something like, you know, we are not gonna die here today, and that motherfucker jumped right out of that. And I love, a lot of people skip over this, but after that happens, it shows him in the shark's mouth swimming away. And you see him just kind of like flailing around like one of the dolls on like what's that show, like Team America or something, like just and then the other shark comes and rips his legs, like pouring like, you know, salt on a wound basically, like. In a lot of ways, I guess.
all right, so we're in water. So what's your favorite water-based movie then?
Water-
Water-based cinema.
Well, I mean, obviously Waterworld, bro. I mean, no,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No, that. I mean, Waterworld, honestly, I thought was pretty dope when it came out, but I was also, I think, like 8 years old. So
Yeah, it was just really like strange. I'm like, what's happening? Why do I care what's happening? I don't care what's happening. I don't care.
now
Just kill everybody. Let's move on.
It was
type
like
of thing.
most of Kevin Costner's movies, long drawn out,
Yeah.
and just it takes way too long to develop. It's like The Postman, or I mean, he had a lot of movies like that.
I liked Abyss. In fact,
The Abyss was
I
damn
love
good.
Abyss. Abyss is pretty good. The Spear was
I was just
okay.
about to say
Again,
that, yeah.
Samuel Jackson. It was weird at first. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Why is everyone like things happening?
because
And
what
then-
they thought and dreamed.
Yeah,
happened.
then you started putting it together. The calamari stuff really, it was like weird to me. But
One of the funniest scenes in that movie was like when that thing is collapsing and they're about to die and they get into that little ship that's going to take them out of there, and then one of them thinks they're back inside somewhere,
Yeah.
and Samuel L. Jackson just plays it off. He's like, "That was me, my bad." Like, it's kind of like if I was in there, I'd be like, "Dude, you've severely fucked us right now, dude. Like, think our way out of this now." Like,
yeah, it was a pretty interesting concept. I did like it, but I still prefer Abyss.
James Cameron directed that, didn't he?
Abyss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. Now,
That's what put him on the map. That's why he's able to pretty much do whatever the fuck he wants now.
well, I mean, James Cameron also had Aliens under his belt and Titanic. Or, well, no, Titanic came after the Abyss.
Yeah, I think
but,
so.
And but James Cameron had the Terminator movies too, right? T2?
I think it was the first one. Maybe just no.
I thought he had
second one.
T2.
Yeah, maybe it was.
And I mean, that's
Is
you
that before Abyss?
know, T2. Yeah, definitely. T2 was.
Sure.
I'm
This is
almost
pretty
positive.
fucking old.
I'm almost positive Judgment Day came up.
Could
on-
be right.
A good water movie that I actually saw a few years ago that I thought was terrific was In the Heart of the Sea, about the real story behind Moby Dick.
Oh, I saw that.
I thought that was really good. I liked it a lot.
I did
that
see
was
that.
exciting movie. I thought the acting was pretty decent in it. Like, it wasn't too short. It wasn't too long. That was kind of one of the things I liked about it. Like,
Ooh, I just thought of a really cool water movie.
what's that?
Castaway.
Castaway?
That was a dope
Yeah,
movie.
that was good. I mean, it's got a guy talking to a ball for a long time, but I mean, it was still a good movie.
Oh, come on. That's like the most memorable part of the movie.
I mean, that is the movie. Like for the most part, that is the movie.
I
Like,
do like Hunt for Red October way more than Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide's not bad, but I like Hunt for Red October more. But I'll watch them both. They're on TV.
Yeah.
I don't even. Which one had Connery?
That's
Crimson
Hunt for
Tide.
Red October.
Oh no,
Val Kilmer was the other one, right?
Huh? I don't think he was in either.
Nah, Val Kilmer was in one of those submarine movies.
Crimson Tide has black guy. God damn, what's his name?
Black guy. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Denzel Washington.
Oh.
And
Not the same black guy I was thinking of.
no, when the submarine is underwater and there's a mutiny because they want to launch nukes, but like, no, the radio's not working. Don't launch nukes, the radio's fixed. And then there's a mutiny and they whatever they figure it all out. But that's Crimson Tide.
I remember the World War II movie too.
Das Boot?
U-571.
Oh yeah,
That wasn't too bad.
It was pretty good, but it was fake because none of that really happened.
Yeah.
Because the English actually broke the code, not some man in a submarine. But
Yeah.
fair enough.
I mean, dude, it's been a long time since I've seen that. I saw that in the old Golf Breeze Theater when it was still there.
Das Boot's pretty good. I didn't name
Das
that on
Boot.
my favorite movies, so war movies, and I got yelled at, which I kind of did forget it was out there. I apologize for my war list that people saw on Facebook. But Das Boot is pretty good. It's good because you get to see it from the side of the Germans, and
Yeah.
a lot of times, even the Germans didn't make that many war movies after, obviously you got your ass kicked, so you're not going to sit around and make movies about it. But Das Boot, they put that together.
That's
pretty
because
good.
the fucking Brits just fucking nailed it into the ground, man. Drilled it. The World War II movies into the ground.
I guess. Thanks. Yes, you're right. Gene Hackman was also. That's the guy that wants to launch the nukes in Crimson Tide.
Fucking
but
Gene
the radio is
Hackman.
broken and they can't figure out whether the code is correct or not. It's pretty good. I still like Hunt for Red October better, but Crimson Tide's definitely pretty decent. I guess it's more into war movie, but it spends a lot of time in the water.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
whatever.
No, but no, there was always down Periscope too.
There was another. There's another Abyss type movie.
And the
though.
one with Tom Arnold. What was that one?
Operation
No,
Petticoat.
McHale's
Navy.
McHale's Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I thought.
But the Abyss type movie.
There's another movie that was like Abyss, but wasn't Spear. But they made it just after it because Hollywood copycats everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to
What was
think.
it fucking called?
There was the Abyss Sphere.
And then,
What was that?
and then they had a bunch of those movies where like haunted ship movies kept coming out left and right,
Like
and then
Cruise Ship?
it was all about. Then all of a sudden this became all right. Aliens and the water movies. They all started coming out a lot.
The remake of The Fog, I think, came out like when I think I was 18 or 19 when that stupid shit came out.
Leviathan. Thank you.
Leviathan, yeah.
Yes, Leviathan was the one that came out. It was like, hey, look, I'm basically gonna make some more money off of these guys that like underwater movies. It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
Definitely
that-
wasn't fucking
That ghost
Abyss.
ship movie was pretty horrible, but the
Oh,
opening
yeah.
scene was really dope. Where that line gets,
Oh, yeah, where it
gets
slices
attention and slices
everybody,
everybody
yeah.
in half. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it slices every. That was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, the best part of the movie. You can turn it off after that.
There's actually a movie that's in the making right now that they've already got a CGI trailer for out called Leviathan. It's gonna be a I believe it's a French-made movie of a giant whale in the sky that like there's several of them apparently, and like it's so far into the future where like there's something that comes off these whales or whatever that you can get out of that supposedly like helps like power mankind or whatever. I'd look it up, dude. Like I thought I tagged you in it whenever I saw a trailer for it. Maybe I didn't, but it looks. I don't know what it looks like because the movie's not even actually done being made, but there's just some massive whale flying around. I mean, it's not cheap made like Sharknado or something like that. It looks like a crap ton of money's getting put
According
into
to
this.
your
but-
co-host that should be here but says he's working, the Black Ghostbuster was in that movie.
He was.
Was he?
Which is the movie that had the
That's
thing
right, he
with
was.
the tentacles that kept attacking everybody. The long tentacles that kept going throughout the ship. Was that Leviathan?
I thought so.
Maybe, and it's like tentacles everywhere. Just everywhere they went, there's a tentacles were chasing them, and then there's some sort of giant thingy underneath the ship. I can't
See,
remember.
this is what happens when there's pretty much no sports going on and CJ's not here to talk about baseball. Like, we just go on rants about different movies we've watched that involve water.
It's a good place.
I mean, we are from Florida, so I
I mean,
will live in
there's
Florida.
Jaws is definitely the greatest, probably
Yeah.
terror at sea or in water movie. But unfortunately, they didn't stop after one, and they fucking made part 3. which is,
The one-
let's be honest,
The one in SeaWorld?
one of the worst movies ever made.
But there was worse. There was the one after that, Jaws the
Part
Revenge.
4 was pretty, but the 3D in 3 was so amateur and like, what the fuck are we doing? That it was just really, just so bad.
Yeah, it was.
The one part where someone's leg is 3D falling.
It's just floating around like.
God, it was fucking hilarious, man.
And when they blow the shark up and you see like a part of his
And I
jaw.
was a kid, and this
but-
was to scare me, and it made me laugh out loud in the movie theater. I'm watching. I'm like, what is this garbage I'm watching right now? This is like comedy.
it was Dennis Quaid? He was in that movie, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, it was Dennis Quaid.
Was he like a fisherman?
No, he was one of the guys that was in charge of the maintenance of the SeaWorld.
Oh.
And his old lady was like one of the marine biologists
Louis
that worked.
Gossett Jr. was in it too. The guy from Iron Eagle.
Yeah, that was him. Wasn't it?
He was in control of some sort of water apparatus and fucked something up. I can't remember.
The British dude, or no, he's an Australian guy that like I guess
it's an Australian guy. He gets
Yeah.
shit proper.
he was there for like I don't even know why, like he was just there to
I'm English. No,
Yeah.
I'm Australian. I'm here to fix shit.
he's like I'm here to check out SeaWorld even though I've made a living off of killing animals on camera, like and they all these people are coming up with this great idea. They're like, we found a great white shark, let's bring it into SeaWorld, you know, like oh Jesus, man.
Yes,
yeah,
the shark approaching the underwater window. You are correct. That was Oh, Orca. I'm just reading through the notes right quick. I'm getting like my phone just kept up. But yes, or catched up. Orca was amazing, by the way. Orca was really good. Also a leg floating down to the bottom of the ocean scene. That's really popular in sea beast movies. A leg gets bit by the knee joint and it just floats. She actually broke her leg earlier in the movie because the orca had a cast on her leg. The orca attacks her house and her house is one of those on the stilts on the water in like New England, and
Yeah.
somehow the orca bites her by the knee and you see a foot in a cast floating down to the bottom of the ocean. Like, yeah, that's triple fucked. But
fucking orca.
Orca was good. The worst part about Orca when I was a kid watching it freaked me out was when they killed the mom and they pulled the mom out of the ocean. They hook her, grab her, get ready to skin her, and the baby orca pops out and it's on the boat and they hose it off. That part freaked me out as a kid, seeing this little baby orca, like a human baby orca thing. I was like, as a kid, I was like, no, gross.
I guess I need to go back and watch Orca. I know I've seen it. It's just
Orca's
been a long
fantastic.
time. It's just been a really long time.
Orca's pretty good. I suggest watching it.
It's good that they made that movie because even since then they've made orcas out to be like such sweet, lovable mammals, and they're really not. Like, I mean, they can't keep them in captivity anymore because you know that one orca like did what it was supposed to do and attack its trainer in SeaWorld. But
I appreciate that.
you appreciated that happening?
Yeah, I do. I appreciate the orca killing the fucking trainer.
But it didn't kill her. I think it just attacked her.
I
or
hope
something.
they did kill them, and then if they stop putting me in the fucking pens, then fine. But if not, I need to kill a couple people.
Yeah,
Get
well,
that
no, I
shit.
mean, I think
There's
they're.
no reason for it. Who still goes to this shit?
I
First
think
off,
they're
are
illegal to put them
assholes.
in.
Just don't even bother. Just don't bother. What you do? You want to see one? Take your kids and go on the trip to fucking Seattle. Put your fucking kids in the boat. Go out there with a fucking tour guide and have them sail you around the fucking shore for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
You'll see them in their wild habitat doing their thing, jumping out of water and enjoying themselves. And just fucking watch that and then go home. And your kids will love you for it. And you have a memory. Fucking been to SeaWorld and watch your little friends swim around in a fucking tight circle doing a backflip for a fucking sardine. Fuck off.
I've always wanted to go whale watching too. Like I've always
Yeah,
heard
dude,
that's
that shit's fucking awesome.
my girlfriend's parents. They a couple times over the last few years they went on Alaskan cruises. Telling me about
exactly. That's probably pretty live.
That has got to be amazing.
I enjoy fucking going to a goddamn boat and watching freaking schooners swim by the boat. That's freaking fun for me. Oh look, an amberjack. I could imagine seeing a fucking full-size whale.
Yeah,
Or a killer whale.
aquariums are cool and all, but there's like a limit to like what they need to be putting in them. You know,
like you go to New Orleans, that one middle piece. I'm like, why are all these things hanging out together? First off, that's just against nature,
right?
There's like a bass and a great white next to them. What the fuck is this? It's like a shark and a fucking bass. I'm like, what is happening? They're destroying the fucking. This is bad. Get those fuckers out and let them have their own thing. And they're like tamed. And they're all swimming together in unison in a circle going around. I'm like, this is the saddest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
They kind of shed light on that a little bit in the Finding Dory movie. Like when the Dory, I guess, ends up in a whatchamacallit, an aquarium that was being narrated by Sigourney Weaver, and Like, but it shows how all the fish like all act the same and stuff like that.
It was
Like, couldn't
weird
get
to
it.
see that.
Yeah, because I mean, it was kind of spot on, you know. Like, well, this
Yeah.
is sort of how they act, and then the octopus like rebels against them getting out there. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was pretty great. Like, I bought that movie for my son, but I was like, I'm kind of interested to see this. I'm not gonna lie.
Now,
Sort of like the trophy.
Yeah, sort of like the trophy.
Little, like the cool little amoebas and little jellyfishes and stuff like that. You can see there and look at and stuff. That's cool. You know, they're having a fun time. They're not in a predator situation. There's a
Yeah.
little tank hanging out. Like a tank this big for a jellyfish is pretty. You know, they're all right. But you put these like big ass sharks and stuff in this little pool. I don't know. It's fucking dumb. Anyway, moving on to let's move on to. We want to stick with water stuff. We want to go somewhere else, some sort of other land form.
Let's move somewhere else.
Let's
with
go
it,
to
man. I think
deserts
we-
then. The complete opposite. Let's go to desert movies.
Desert movies.
Desert movies.
Oh, that's
All right,
easy.
so you're already gonna fill up your fucking mummies. Fair enough. What else you got in the desert?
Mad Max. It's kind of desert. I mean, it's a post-apocalypse, but it's sand.
It's sand. I'll give you
Everywhere.
that. Like what the last one?
Anything that's wastelandish is
I
desert.
like
Yeah.
part 2 is still my favorite.
Road Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, Road Warrior was good.
I
And then,
loved as a kid again. I loved that fucking chick in that movie.
Yeah.
When she died, I cried. When she got fucking darted, pop, 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 I was physically upset when that shit
I
happened.
can see that. I mean, it was a traumatic scene,
I
but
liked the movie though.
and the last one was damn good.
Yeah, oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Fucking,
I actually-
Fury Road was amazing. The third one, Thunderdome,
a little much.
I could not watch it and wouldn't be upset. It's fucking eh.
A lot of the scenes. I mean, I think they meant for it too, but a lot of the scenes always bring me back to
It's one of
the Tupac music video, California
Yeah.
Lovin'. Like,
Yeah.
it makes me I can't every time I see Thunderdome on TV or something like that, that song pops into my head for at least a minute. Like,
my favorite desert movie, as far as I can tell in my memory bank, has to be Lawrence of Arabia.
nice.
It's a war movie essentially, but basically starts off everything that happens with cutting up all that area and wording it to here's Syria, here's
Is that the one that has all
Libya.
like the chariot battles and shit like that? in
no,
it
no.
now?
This is World War One.
The original, like Lawrence of Arabia. That was the old one with the guy that did blackface, right? Like
Yeah.
from way back when.
Well, one of the guys that is doing blackface. But yeah, he's actually was supposed to be like one of the main tall guys or Effendi guys.
Have
But-
you ever seen a picture of that? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I had the movie on DVD.
it's-
and
A white comedian played an Indian in Short Circuit. Nobody knew for like 8 years.
yeah, I mean it's kind of like what it wasn't like. I mean, he wasn't doing satire. It's just they got a white actor to play the Indian guy, and he did.
Yeah,
But they actually had like
had me
actual
convinced.
Arabian people from Saudi actually in the movie playing characters as well. But one of the main leads, they gave it to a white guy and just painted up his face a little bit. Yeah,
that
fair
fucking
enough.
movie, Short
The guy is
Circuit.
actually, I think, is Greek,
Number Johnny 5.
but
He was alive.
I can't think. There's another. There's a desert movie.
I know. I'm blanking on him too right
It's
now.
an event. It's like an Indiana Jones type movie. Quartermain? Is it Quartermain? Am I thinking right? Anybody? The Adventures of Quartermain. I think he does some shit in the desert, or maybe it's all in the jungle.
Remember Stargate?
Oh,
yeah.
Stargate.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's actually pretty.
That's
fucking
a bunch
that's
of-
Sandy.
Bunch of cheesy horror movies in the desert, like Hills Have Eyes, stuff like that.
Oh God, yeah. That's a brutal ass movie right there.
Is that the one with the rape?
Well, they all
Constant
had
rape.
rape in them. Like,
But
constant
there's
rape.
one that has.
in the first one there was
it's like God, I don't want to watch this
In the
anymore. I was
first one, there was such a bad rape scene that like it became known for that. And the second one
That's-
had several of them. Like where like even one of them like said "Give me baby" before it happened or whatever. I remember like for some odd reason I took a girl on a date to see that movie, and I remember like halfway through I was like, "Well, this was a bad idea." Like it was such a fucking horrible movie.
yeah,
Driver
you
was
don't
like,
want
now she
I
knows
mean,
what I'm up to.
I can't even sit around and watch rape by myself, let alone bring in a date to watch rape. That's just tough.
I never
I-
contemplated sitting around watching rape by
No,
themselves.
I mean, I'm just saying you watch like there's movies that are out there where rape happens, and like you're not expecting it. Like there's a movie where what's her the Bonatola girl, the girl from the second fucking what's the movie where Keanu Reeves and he does all this shit, the Matrix, the second Matrix movie, the French chick in that with the big boobs.
Yeah.
She is in the movie. And when she came out, I was like, "Oh, this chick's awesome. She's hot." So I watched one movie there, and she gets raped in a subway tunnel, and it's so graphic. Like I just stopped it. I was like, I can't watch this anymore. This
Yeah.
is like, I could have fast forwarded. I was like, what if I fast forward another fucking scene like that? I was like, you know what? I'm done here, and I stopped watching it. It was fucking. Is that what it's called? Reversible? I don't know. It was fucking horrible.
Sounds
I mean,
about right.
the movie was probably amazing. I just couldn't go any further with it. I was
It's hard to watch movies that have a lot of that
like,
in
Jodie
there.
Foster's rape with the bar rape.
There,
Even to these, they're just kind of tame. But back then, I was like, this is fucking rough.
there's like if you ever try and go through the list of like the most disturbing movies of all time, like a lot of them are really old ones. The top two, I've unfortunately seen both, and like they're movies I would prefer to never watch again. Like unless I absolutely had to.
Yeah.
The top one is 140 Days of Sodom, and that is rough right there. That the movie is about rape. Like it's all subtitled, or it's all dubbed in English, but it's about all these fucking. Like I mean, I know that this sounds horrible, and I mean, me and Denise actually didn't make it through the whole movie. It was her idea to watch this, by the way. We didn't make it through the whole thing. We stopped about an hour into it because I'd finally had enough. Like it was about all these kids in a certain area, but like teenagers usually, they get abducted by all these rich people, and they are there as sex slaves in the most degrading possible ways, and that's all the movie's about. From the time it starts to the time it ends, that's all.
What
Well,
country is it from?
I can't remember. I'll have to look that up in just a minute. And the second one is Spit on Your Grave. That's a disturbing movie too. But the second one on that list is Cannibal Holocaust, and I have seen that quite a few times. And that movie will make your fucking insides.
I actually was able to watch all the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo because I knew there was gonna be. I'm just reading the comments. I knew there was gonna be a great payoff in that one, and I had read the first book, so I was kind of like ready for it. The original one was more intense than the remake, though. I think those scenes anyway.
And same with Spit on Your Grave.
Did you
like,
guys-
Yeah, the original one, the '70s one. That one was fucking.
Did you guys
rough.
ever watch any of the?
Cut the dude dick off. I was like, God
Yeah.
damn. Holy fuck.
Did you
That
guys
was a
ever
good
watch
scene.
any of the shockumentaries, like Faces or Traces of Death?
the Faces of Death, but
yeah, when
they were
first
proven
came
fake
out,
though.
Right. Well, no. See,
The
Faces
animal
of Death,
slaughter was the worst, though. That shit was fucking-
beating the baby seals with the club.
Faces,
like-
fake
Faces
and
of
stuff?
Death, man. Listen, it had cheesy porno music, that fake Dr. Gross
It was all
guy,
grainy and just-
and half of it was fake, and the stuff in it that was real was shitty. Like it was like abortion videos and stupid shit like
Yeah.
that.
Well,
The really good one was called Traces of Death, man. It had like this weird like robotic monster sounding narrator, and it played death metal through the whole thing, dude.
Traces of Death, eh?
Yeah, dude, amazing shit, and it's all real. Like it's all real death scenes.
Well, like in Cannibal Holocaust, like it has it had real tribes in it, and like it obviously what they did to people wasn't real, but like it showed them harming animals in a real way. It shows them catching a turtle and cutting the damn thing's shell off and dissecting it. It was so gross, like, and then like I mean, again, I mean,
I can't get down with stuff.
no,
like that.
I can't either. Like, I mean, I sound like an expert on this. I just happen to have seen a few of them, but that was a rough one too, man. Cannibal Holocaust is one of the roughest movies I've ever watched, and when that movie, The Green Inferno,
So I
came
haven't
out,
watched that yet because I don't know if I can like watch it. I just don't know if I
it's,
can.
I mean, if these kind of movies are, then I just go ahead and
I mean,
skip
I'm
over
way
it.
too squeamish. I just can't watch it. I'm just like, oh
Well,
god, too
with
much.
that Eli Roth movie that came out a few years ago, The Green Inferno.
Yeah,
like
that-
it was supposed to be an homage to that movie. Honestly, I mean, yeah, there is one particular scene that is absolutely horrifying to
Like
watch.
sound effects and stuff. I'm just, ugh, I
Yeah,
can't do
like
it.
there's one scene I couldn't take it with it. But then after that, it was kind of fun. I mean, like honestly, The Green Inferno is fucking child's play compared to Cannibal Holocaust. Real difficult movie, man. I mean, you name it, it's there. Animal mutilation, bodily mutilation, rape, all kinds of shit. I mean, it was one of the most. I mean, visually one of the most disturbing films. 140 Days of Sodom was just kind of like why did anybody even make this movie kind of thing? Like what? Like it scares me almost because there's a producer out there that was like, I've got a great idea for a movie, and comes up with that movie, and then a bunch of other people are like, yeah, cool, I'm gonna help you make this. Like that's fucking weird. And I mean, same with, I mean, I don't know. I mean, shock values. It's so popular. I mean, people will want to watch movies and pay to see.
Yeah,
them
if you
just
wanted to see all that real shit, it's all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? You can
Yeah.
see any of that shit on like the real shit on the internet.
and
you know
and
what I'm saying?
that's why the Saw and Hostel movies have like tanked so badly like lately. Well, I mean, they made a bunch of Saw movies. They made like what,
Yeah,
7
it's the
of them?
same. It's the same in music. Like the whole shock rock value. Like you can't shock anybody anymore.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
There's
so
no
now, so now like musicians just dress like women again, like they did in the '80s. So maybe it's just
Things
cycle.
things kind of coming back a little bit. Or like I think, and some bands I think have like fake beefs with each other to like kind of get clicks or whatever.
Oh
like,
yeah, that's a real thing, dude. That's been
Have
proven.
you guys ever seen Holy Moses?
No, I have not.
Holy Moses is basically a comedy about the Bible. Like all the scenes from the Bible are like, for instance, the burning bush. What happened? The burning bush scene. The bush actually burns people. Like, oh, you're burning. Hold on, let me see who's in it. If you haven't
The
seen
Life
Holy
of Brian
Moses,
was kind of like that. Too.
Yeah, that was great.
Basically, it's an American version of the life of, even though the main actor is actually, it's Dudley Moore is in it, and Israeli finds the old scroll, the Book of Herschel, about the false savior to upstage Moses. So when Moses is doing stuff, he has a fake version of what Moses' real scroll is. So he's doing the opposite of what Moses is doing.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
And it's supposed to be happening at the same time.
Yeah,
as Moses
it's happening at
is
the same
doing
time
his.
as Moses. So his bush burns him, and it does the opposite. And the scroll that he finds is like Dom DeLuise, I think, is the voice of the scroll or the singing bush or something. I can't remember, but my
What
Bible
is this, a
stuff
Mel
is-
Brooks movie?
It's like a Mel Brooks movie. You would think it was, but it's not
Or like
a Mel
Monty
Brooks
Python
movie.
or something
but
like
everyone
that.
in it would be in a Mel Brooks movie. It's called Holy Moses. And as a kid, I will watch it so
That's
much.
a good one. As a limey yourself,
What's that?
what's your favorite Monty Python movie?
Favorite Monty Python movie? Like
Mine's Life of Brian. Without
I
without
like The
question.
Life of Brian.
It's all right.
Um,
You know, everybody seems to be the whole search for the Holy Grail.
I mean, that's a great introduction movie to it.
Mine
It's
without
got
a-
some famous scenes too,
mine
obviously.
without a reason of a doubt has got to be the meaning of life.
I see. I
That
forgot.
shit's
I forgot
fucking
about that one.
hilarious,
That is a
man.
good one. Yeah, that is a
Yeah,
good one.
that's
Monty Python
Every
Meaning of
sperm
Life.
is sacred. Dude, the scene with death has got to be the best, man. Where they're pretty much there to tell them they're all dead, but they're just fucking being annoying and asking stupid questions, and
Yeah.
and then finally he's just like, "Shut up." He's like, "You Englishmen, no." He goes, "You Americans, you talk and you say, let me tell you something. Well, let me tell you something. You're dead now." He's like, "And you Englishmen, you're so pompous. You haven't got any balls." And then the girl pipes up and she's like, "Well, if we're all dead, how did we all die at the same time?" And it's like Death gets confused, like he doesn't know how to answer it, and he's like, it was the salmon."
That was a good one. I forgot about that. Jabberwocky wasn't too bad either.
You know what? Another movie I would say is a Monty Python movie, even though it's not officially, but it has pretty much everyone is in the movie. Time Bandits.
Yeah, they were all in that, weren't
I
they?
don't know if I've
Or
ever
most of
seen
them.
that.
You haven't seen Time Bandits?
I don't know.
That is a fucking nonsense. You need to watch it. It's absolutely this. It's real, proper English Monty Python.
The only one out of any of them you ever see in anything anymore is what's the
John Cleese.
The
John
one that
Cleese,
was
yeah.
He's
in.
the one that's pretty much still alive at this
he was
point.
in one of the most underrated comedies.
Well, I guess a few more.
I guess this would have been of the early 2000s, and it got horrible reviews, and a lot of people have never seen it. And I think it's one of the funniest fucking movies ever made. Rat Race.
You know what? He was.
That's what
and it was
everyone, and their
star-studded.
mom is in that. Yeah.
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 That
There was
shit
a
is
remake of an
hilarious.
old movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
That.
CJ loves that movie. His favorite actors in that movie.
Seth Green.
No, the Jewish guy that gets the Hitler car. And he,
Oh, John Lovett.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that scene is actually pretty fucking amazing.
Nice bike.
Yeah.
That dude from Monty Python. He was also I think it was like towards the end or whatever. But he was in what's that movie called? There was a science fiction movie with Alan Rickman playing the depressed robot. A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Like wasn't he or one of the guys from Monty Python?
I'm pretty sure one of the guys was
Yeah.
the last one that came out. I can't.
Eric. Was it Eric?
Eric
something?
Idle.
Eric Idle. Was it him? I'm pretty sure. You got
Remember.
a call. You want to take this call?
Yeah, bring him on.
They're gonna hopefully. Well,
Probably CJ. What's up? You're on Another Ground Pub Show with Bobo and Schreiber. Who's this?
This is your co-host.
Yeah.
You didn't show up to work tonight.
We were just talking about one of your favorite actors in movies,
John
Eric
Lovitz.
Idle?
John Lovitz,
Oh, John Lovett.
in
Nice.
Rat Race with the Hitler car, and he gets the makeup on his face. That scene, for some reason, every time I see it on,
and the reason I brought that up, CJ, is because Rat Race was a super underrated comedy.
Yeah, it really was.
I enjoy it a lot. I actually have it on DVD, and that part with John Lovitz is my favorite part of the whole movie.
It was so funny.
So,
Even what's his name,
I think
Mr. Bean.
Rowan Atkinson.
Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, he was in it.
It's a race.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is in it. Yeah.
I'm in a race. And he keeps falling asleep and shit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Narcoleptic.
I think it's underrated too, man. I was watching earlier on my break. I saw you guys were talking about underwater movies.
You
and I was
lying
trying to
fuck.
chime
You've been
in as
watching
much
the
as
whole
possible.
time and commenting in the chat.
Yeah, I saw you help me out with the Leviathan. I couldn't remember that one, the name of it anyway.
Yeah,
but I knew there was one that came out around that time.
Yeah, I love that movie. The guy that plays RoboCop, I forget his name, but he's in it.
Yeah.
And Ernie Hudson and Daniel Stern from Home Alone and Bushwhacked is in it too. That's a pretty good movie, man. So.
That's
Have y'all
good.
talked sports at all? Or is it
No,
just
actually,
been,
we have not
We
mentioned
started
it
off
once.
on, I think, The Mummy, and this fucking went wild after that.
We,
And
we don't have our stat guy here, you know. So and I mean, just like
I
every,
have a
I'm
sports
sorry
shirt
about
on,
that,
so that
guys.
counts.
it's all good. I mean, and that like everything's over, you know. Like
Yeah.
we have baseball and soccer going on. There's not really a lot
I'd
happening
have
with
to
either or.
lie about
Like
baseball to make anything interesting.
I will.
Speaking of baseball, Max Scherzer had almost a complete. He had a no hitter going in the seventh,
Peter Weller.
and then the Marlins came back and beat him.
Oh, did they?
So
Peter
okay.
Weller is someone's
yeah,
name you're trying to
I
remember,
thought
by the way.
I thought about trying to sneak up on you guys, but I don't think I'll have enough time before the show ends.
Ah, man, it's all good. Yeah, I mean, speaking of baseball, like I mean,
now anyway.
it's what?
It's time to go anyway.
Yeah. Like I was the Southern League All-Star game was supposed to be here in Pensacola. I mean, they had the home run derby Monday, and for a Father's Day present, I got me and my dad tickets to go to the game yesterday. They came with those little laminate passes, which I actually thought was kind of dope. Like I felt important.
That's good because it didn't get wet because of all the rain.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was the only thing
Hey, at least you have those passes.
I do. Yeah, like I like it was the best thing about it because I
Sponsored
mean,
by Wind Creek Hotel and Casino.
yeah, right.
So that will never get made up.
What? It's an All-Stars game. Why
so
would they? I mean,
what are they? I didn't hear anything because I was at Global working.
I mean, I've never heard of an All-Star game
during
getting
that
rained
game.
out.
Yeah,
They just
rescheduling
canceled
an
it.
exhibition. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, they just flat out canceled it. Like the Wahoo Stadium was kind of sneaky about it because I mean I think they knew people would deal with being out there for a minute, so they we all got there like kind of like with a question mark hanging over our heads if this game was going to happen or
Sold
not.
some
And
concessions to everybody. Right
so yeah,
quick.
we got me and my dad got there, had a few beers, we're kind of chilling, and Josh, the guy that was on the show a few weeks back at Coyotes, he was doing PA at that game, and I sent him a message and I was like, do you think this game's going to happen tonight? And they said they were going to make a announcement at 6:30. Right at 6:30, he messaged me and he goes, nope. And then came right on the PA of the game. He goes, tonight's game has been canceled due to, weather. And that was it. So
So are they gonna make that up to the people that spent the money on the tickets? or
they
what's up with that?
they
Because
did
that's kinda-
they offered a refund for everybody. Like I got
okay.
I got my money back for the tickets almost immediately. But
That's why they kept the concessions open for a hot 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So they can make their money back.
but I mean the league and
I went to the game.
go ahead.
I went to the Derby on Monday, and that was a whole lot of fun.
Oh, you
And,
did go to that?
Vladimir Guerrero's, Vladimir Guerrero's either his cousin or his nephew ended up winning the whole thing. And
That's pretty cool.
with the wind was
that was
such
the
a
game last
factor,
night.
but they were still able to hit a lot of home runs, so it was pretty fun.
That sucks, man. I really wanted to go to that. I would have rather have gone to the home derby. Well, now I definitely would have rather gone to because I would have actually got to see sports. But like,
Mhm. It was
Yeah.
only $10 for the tickets, man. It was really cool.
yeah, I mean, the tickets I bought for the All Stars game weren't too expensive either. But I mean, one of them was a standing room only ticket, so those aren't very expensive. But yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the organization because I mean that was a big blown opportunity right there because it's not like the league's just gonna turn around and have the All Stars game here again next year. Well, they've got they got a rotation for who knows how long it might be before they bring the All Stars game back to Pensacola.
And-
But
And it sucks because we have the best venue in the entire division. Like there's no competition when it comes to that, and to lose that amount of money and
yeah,
just having the people come down for that, it is a big loss.
yeah.
So
I mean,
I really hope that we can make it up.
it's not just the best stadium in that league. I mean, it's probably one of the better minor league baseball stadiums in this country.
What, the Wahoo Stadium?
Yeah, I mean that's word around the baseball campfire is that's the best one. It seems to rank really high, like up there with the Durham Bulls stadium, and like I've seen the Jacksonville one. It's right there next to where they have Welcome to Rockville at, and it's just really big. Other than that, there's nothing really exciting to it. And me and CJ, we saw the one in Biloxi when we were at the Saints Hall of Fame
Yeah.
thing. And it's basically just a not as nice version of the Wahoo Stadium, and it's not on the water either.
Yeah, when I'm when I go to the games, I would hear rival or away teams talking about, or fans talking about our stadium.
Yeah.
It seemed quite impressive.
Well, hey, I gotta run, but before I go, man, I wanted to tell you, did you guys, especially Bobo, did you see that a minor league team actually had to apologize to Tim Tebow
I did see that.
because they all wore the black paint under the eyes that said John 3:16.
I thought it was just the
And then
mascot.
every time a player, no, I think all the players did. And every
Uh-huh.
time a player went up to bat, they show their picture on the screen. All it kept saying was like, not Tim Tebow. So I guess people got butthurt, and then they had to apologize to Tim Tebow, which is ridiculous. So, yeah, I guess I want to apologize for not being able to make the show tonight, guys. I'll see y'all later, and y'all take care, all right?
Okay.
All right, CJ, we'll see you next week. Oh, wait a minute. There is no next week, is there? Take it
Well,
easy.
I'll see you next week anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Later.
All right, later on, buddy.
Now, if I see you first,
Yeah, I mean, he that is true that he posted about it on our Facebook page. It was a team in Charleston, South Carolina, I believe. They trolled Tebow pretty bad over there. Apparently, it was like like CJ was saying, he didn't see it as a big deal. I didn't either, but it seemed super childish for a pro sports team to do that, though. Like,
funny thing is, the probably only person that really couldn't give a fuck about any of it was probably Tim Tebow.
yeah, I mean, I can't see him getting. I have a hard time seeing him get butthurt really about anything,
But the fans, I'm sure, did not take it lightly at all, and that's probably what came of it. Probably a lot of Facebook posts and comments on their Facebook page and shit like that.
Well, I saw the
Twitters.
the only thing I saw was I heard about the thing with the not Tim Tebow every time a player came up, but I just saw their mascot. I can't even remember what kind of mascot it was, but it had the John 3:16 thing under his eyes, and like they, of course their apologies like, oh well, we were just kind of making fun of Tim Tebow's celebrity, we weren't trying to pick on his religion and stuff like that. I was like, that's kind of a funny way of showing it though, like going after the 3:16 thing, like it's one of those things like, man, that you're treading on a
I mean, you can
thin
really
ice on with that one.
everyone can put on face paint and then or the eye mask and just leave it at that.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
it's all good.
So
Real quick, I want to mention something because I've been paying attention to Bobo's shenanigans on the interwebs, and I've noticed there's a lot of people. I guess you can call them Bobo followers, if you will, that are constantly like saying they want to come on the show. Now maybe you just know who the fuck these people are, and that's why you don't really ever respond.
no,
to
I actually
them.
had one person that wanted to come on the show, but when I was trying to talk to him, I had a work thing happen.
Well, I've
actually
seen a lot
messaged
of people make comments like, "You should let me come on the show," blah blah blah, and you ignore them. So I assume
No.
that
There's a couple of people that I do actually want to get on.
Well,
And-
my point is this: if you want to come on the show and you want to shoot the shit, call in and let us know you would even be worth being a guest here. How about that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like it's worth a shot.
Yeah, I mean, if people,
If
I
you're
mean,
good enough, you might even replace CJ. I mean, shit.
I mean, good luck with that, but yeah, I mean, we, I
Time to
mean,
wrap it up.
yeah, we pretty much didn't talk about sports at all tonight. There's just really not a lot going on right now, I mean, that's kind of hence the reason why we're taking a small break before we get ready for football. I mean, once that gets into swing, there's gonna be plenty to talk about. There's already a lot of stuff going on in football right now. It's just there'll be more of it to talk about. I know, they're doing that top 100 players thing right now, and there's already a bunch of people, flipping their shit about that. And I guess Matt Ryan's supposed to be like really highly ranked on there after a good season, and people like Cam Jordan thought it was ridiculous that Dak Prescott was ranked higher than Drew Brees and yada yada yada. I don't know. I don't really ever keep up with that list. I always think it's kind of silly, but
I like to keep with it because they always underrank Drew Brees, and I can always get some butthurt out of it.
the last 2 years he was like number 30, I think.
Yeah.
And then they pushed him up to 16 this year. I mean, at one point in time, he came at number 2, and I think Aaron Rodgers was the only person that beat him like that one particular year. So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I know. I mean, like the only real story that's going on in sports right now, like outside of baseball, is like, the LeBron James shenanigans with, with the Warriors. Like, I guess at one point in time they were trading licks on Twitter, I guess, making fun of each other or something like that. Like, Draymond Green had the Quick shirt, saying like that was Cleveland's arena there because they were over with quick or whatever, and then LeBron James like captioned a picture of him wearing the Quickie shirt and said that's what she said, and like they were just going back and forth with it, and then I guess PG-13 or Paul George, there's a chance he might get traded somewhere, but it's like one of those, no one knows where. It might be LA, it might be Cleveland, Kyrie Irving might be going somewhere, but at the same time, it's going to be Golden State that wins next year, so it's almost like it's almost like frustrating to talk about right now because basketball just ended and they're already talking about moves that probably aren't going to make too much difference next year. So I don't know. So football will be coming up soon. That'll be great. Can't wait for it. Canadian Football League's already in session now if you're a fan of that, so you can have fun watching that. But yeah, I mean, college football will be off to a big start this year. Florida's playing Michigan. That'll be a good game. Bama's playing Florida State. That'll be a good game, hopefully.
Yeah.
That one should actually be a really good game. It should be anyway. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a foregone conclusion who's going to win that one, but I would lean more towards Alabama, but we'll see.
I mean, that kind of puts you in a rock and a hard place right there, like not really being a fan of either team, like especially Florida State. But
I'd rather
Did anybody know
Florida
what
State
the
lose any
score
day of
was
the
for
week.
for LSU, Florida State?
Baseball, it was
Yeah,
like
second
it was a
go.
lot to nothing that last time I saw.
a lot to nothing.
They were getting their asses kicked. Baseball, top of the World Series. It was like 5-1 or 6-1 last time I saw it.
Did Florida beat Louisville yesterday?
They crushed it.
Yeah, they were winning whenever I was at the Wahoos game because it was on TV over there. So yeah, football, that'll be exciting to look forward to. Thank y'all very much for tuning in and listening to us bitch about movies.
Actually,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go
Well,
ahead.
Florida State's done. They lost. I know they lost. They're out.
Yeah.
All right, they're gone. They're
Florida-
no longer playing baseball because they're a shit team.
Yes, basically.
Pretty sure.
Kenny's not paying attention. I
Shit
guess.
team. No, I'm just saying that to everyone out there that's listening.
They're a shit team.
All 18 of you.
Heard that.
Apparently, there's some big news coming about Derek Carr's contract soon. Too.
Yeah, I did see that. That'll give us a lot to talk about.
I mean, he ain't going anywhere unless your team is really that fucking stupid.
He ain't going
or
nowhere.
it could just be the curse of the Raiders. You know.
There is
Oh,
that.
he's getting paid $25 million a year.
Wow, that would put him in the top paid NFL players now, I guess.
I mean, when he turned a team of absolute shittery into like a contender, he's gonna have to give him
I
something.
mean, there was more pieces than just that. There's
No,
Khalil Mack
but
and
your quarterback's always that person that everyone sees.
oh no,
And
absolutely,
ones
yeah.
that
They're
can
the ones
demand
held the
money.
most accountable. There's no
Yeah,
doubt.
they can get
They
the
get
money.
most of the glory and they get most of the shit. That's just the way it is.
Yep.
Exactly.
Very right. So yeah, football season's gonna be great. Be very exciting. And y'all definitely don't worry. There's plenty of movies that are gonna come out between now and when we come back, which won't be a very long break, by the way. A month tops, and we'll be back. But there'll be plenty of movies that are coming out between now and then that me and Bobo and CJ can complain about. So we'll have a lot more to complain about as far as movies go. We'll have a lot more to complain about with football and all that great stuff that makes you guys want to watch this show. So until next time, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Schreiber, Bobo, our producer Kenny. We'll see y'all next time on the Underground Pub Show here on the Pimpy K Multiverse Network. Peace.
Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time for the Underground Pub Show, right here on the Pimpy K Multiverse Network.